Alrighty. Why, hello there. Hello. I was umming and ahhing whether I wanted to actually stream today or not. Seeing as that today is not my normal time for streaming. And I'd come to the conclusion that I wasn't going to. But then I suddenly had an interest and I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's go. Let's do it. So, that is why I'm here. I suddenly had an interest like 15 minutes ago. That's why I don't have everything set up yet. Oh, let me just mute the desktop audio because I just started the media player for the music and then realized I hadn't actually changed the volume from when I was watching a video the other day. So I would have just deafened everybody. Alright, there we go. So anyway, hello! A very impromptu stream. Like I said, Thursday's not usually the day where I stream because I have work later. And I wasn't going to, and I decided I wasn't going to stream until like 15 minutes ago. But that's fine. So, a couple of touch-ups from last time. I've added in netherwort, little netherwort planter pots, because I needed netherwort and realized I didn't have any. So I played a little bit of this last night, where I basically did a few quality of life things. But not everything, because I ran out of time. So, like, I've got netherwort planter pots. They're not automatically farmed, but that's okay. I don't really need, like, ridiculous amounts of netherwort at all times, so... the next thing is, I added 2 more potion cards. I added Resistance 2 and Vibranium Sight. And observers may have also noticed my Stonebreaker is now yellow because it's an Allthemodium pickaxe. That's where I got the Vibranium from. And I have more hearts. I added to my heart amulet, so I've now got 10 red hearts and 2 yellow hearts. Meaning I have that my health bar, and then I have a whole other red health bar and a whole other yellow health bar. So we're good there. Also, I've started hiding some of my some of my curio stuff. I also leveled them up as well. So I've got 10 tons of charms and whatnot. So I'll probably go through and I'll pick out some charms for me to use. Other touch-ups. I replaced these, whoops, bit of lag, with the factories because it was actually falling behind. It's still falling behind, but now it's not as big of an issue as it was. I've also added a little chest here so that way I could force hearts in to be melted down because I couldn't be bothered just sitting here and then shift clicking them all the time, so I've added the chest in. Also a chest here so that I can have a reservoir of salt because I put in these, which by the way I have extras because I need 3 and I had 4, and realized that the salt just decreased immediately, which is very unhelpful. So now I've added a chest in to at least force salt a little better. Anything else? I turned these machines back on, but they're still set to idle while the oxygen is full. I know that the hydrogen's not full, which means I could theoretically run it for longer, but these tanks are really just here for cosmetic purposes, so that I have hydrogen on hand if I need it. I don't actually need hydrogen for anything at the moment. I probably could combine it with the salt in order to get the more refined version for the injecting factory, but I don't have enough Allthemodium and Vibranium just on hand to really matter. And when I actually have all the modium, vibranium, and eventually unobtainium bees, um, they actually spit out uh, stuff that just goes straight in. It spits out. I can't speak this morning. It spits out nuggets, which go in here. So it wouldn't even matter. They won't go through this line. It'll go in here. I also finished putting the bees in here into the recycler. I also fixed a bug with it because I discovered that I was using cobble deep slate, which didn't work with this stone recycler. I've also learned that this is not fast enough, so I might need to actually get the copy paste tool and make a whole bunch of these somewhere. But I'm not going to do that right now. I also disabled the it taking stone out of here because I mean I have like 48,000 stone. I would never get to the netherrack and whatnot at that rate. I think that's all the touch-ups I did here on this floor. Oh, no, wait. I finally got around to making that pipes network I've been talking about for so long, using fluid pipes from pipes in order to get rid of the liquid chorus, which I'm going to store in case I need it one day, though it seems unlikely that I would. It's a little weird seeing that color there, but... Wait, why is there liquid chorus in here now? Oh god, I left it in here in case I needed it again. Okay, well, we know that that's actually honey because it's saying it there. But why is liquid chorus even showing up? It's set a filter to go in there. Maybe I need to actually set the honey's one too. So it knows to only send honey there. Let's do that. The name of the game today is quality of life, so let's fix this shit. Where did I put them? There they are. I made two, so that way I didn't have to constantly run back and forth and reset the numbers. I mean, I do still need to do these as well, but for the moment I'll just focus on doing that because the fluid will never get taken out of the tanks, so... Why can't I move? I wanted to put that at the top. Oh well, doesn't matter. It's like, seriously, dude? There isn't even any bees in here. Get out. Oh, so let me just turn off the advanced tooltips. I had that turned on so that I could actually do this honey thing, but a friend of mine, Red, you've probably seen them in the chat, told me that I could just drag, there's some mods actually let you just drag the thing out of here I was like, oh, that makes my life so much easier. I had no idea I could do that. There is so much that I don't actually know about this pack or a lot of the mods that are in it. And I am still learning. Alright. Next, quality of life. Oh, I also moved that over there so I could put planet pod, but I mean, meh. Didn't do anything in here. I didn't do anything in here, I think. Oh, well, I know I swapped over some of the upgrades that were in these because I don't really need this room set up like this anymore. Um, but I moved the upgrades around so that the mob grinder was a bit more effective at killing things, which means we went to my next thing. This is full, except for this. But this is mostly full. And this is full. And I have wither skeletons in here because I've actually started now collecting other mobs. For a brief moment, I actually had ghasts in here, just for shits and giggles. But keen observers will notice that there. I've actually added. I touched up this mob farm quite a bit actually last night. I've now got a little observing room here, which means I can now access the bin and this chest. But I've now got a little observing room so that I can actually watch the chaos unfold more, more easily. Which is nice. Just gives me something to look at, I guess. The next thing is I've added a second absorption hopper up here with a second diamond chest because the amount of items. I left this running for so long and I don't know when it actually happened. But I was curious because I went out for a drink and came back, and it said in the chat that that some items have been 1,000 items have been deleted, and that I had a new title. I didn't know what that meant, but then I came down here and I had 30 frames, and then I came down here and I looked through this window, and then I had 6. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of items just sat here that couldn't go anywhere because both of these chests were full. Both of these diamond chests with stack upgrade tier 4s, both of them were full. It was ridiculous. And so I think that maybe I had too many items just on the floor, and so the game actually deleted a whole bunch of items just to compensate. I also moved this. It's still collecting stuff, collecting experience for me, but now it's not hooked up to the pipe, so it's not going to jam anything up. And I've also changed this to a diamond, oak diamond chest. And one last thing I did. Well, actually, 2 things. Whoa, I forgot to turn that off. Whoops. Yeah, that's like the one place that they can stand where they don't get blown by the fans. I discovered that actually yesterday because I saw some witches weren't getting blown. Added this. I wanted it to go off once every 60 seconds, but every time I change the timer, it seemed to no longer work. But I have this little fan here. Its only purpose is for Endermen that get stuck here. I don't know why it's not working now, but basically it just blows them like a tiny little bit off to the side. I also fixed the roof because a lot of slimes were getting stuck up here. I've changed them all to slabs, which was actually more difficult than I thought it would be because of the pistons. They needed more space. But after talking with Red for a bit, we came up with a solution where we're no longer using pistons. We're actually using dispensers with water buckets in them. And we're using observers in order to tell it to put down the water and then pick it back up again. Which I suppose now you don't get to see like the cool piston work I had going on, but I mean, all the redstone is still here, so nothing's actually changed other than the fact that now we're using a dispenser. I guess I don't technically need that window because the absorption hopper pulls things through the void, so let me just actually fix that. What is it? Polish deep slate. Fix that window. I think this is part of the reason why the Endermen get mad at me. But yeah, so I've added more sharpness into it. I know that the wither skeletons at the very least. I don't know if I mentioned I have beheading, but when the wither skeletons actually walk into this, they get insta-killed. So, which is good. Because the faster we kill things, more entities that spawn. Becomes more effective. More efficient. And look at how many iron spells we've got. Is this empty now? Yes, it is. Well, that's basically all I did last night, because I didn't really do much last night. It was primarily, as I said, to just sort of touch up a few things, like the farm room and the pipes network. Um, yeah, so I think the next thing that I'm going to do now is Ars Nouvelle, because I have been dying to do that mod, and I've been told that there's useful things for my situation in there, and then I got shown something useful. A friend of mine was playing Ars Nouvelle and discovered the what the Starbunkles actually do. So I'm thinking that I might take a very quick detour through Ars Nouvelle, seeing as how, like I said, I meant to go that way anyway. So, yeah, so I need spellbook. Actually, I should probably do these first, just because, like I said, I am missing some now for some reason. Um, what's the mod actually called? Relics and artifacts. Right, well, we'll have a look through the relics first. I had these on for the longest time, actually. Roller skates. They made everything really slidey, but it also gave you extra XP for your relics and whatnot to level up with. Tell you what, I'll have this back. I don't really need it now that I have flying, but the alternative is things like magma walkers, which I guess they are useful. Yeah. Well, actually, hang on. Suppresses damage from hot blocks. That's actually quite useful. We'll use the magma walkers. Do I have hand slots? Hand slot, necklace slot. We do not have a hand slot, and we don't have a necklace slot. I'm already using it. Alright, so the next one should be artifacts. I'm just going to take out the charms. I'll go with the cross necklace. Oh no, this isn't what I'm thinking of. What am I thinking of then? There was a necklace that bit back at people nearby. It's like whenever you got hit, it like, or something like that, it damaged everyone else nearby. No. I can't put that in a charm slot, can I? No, I can't. It has to go in a curio slot, which is where I've currently got my magnet. I know there is a universal attractor magnet, but I like the other magnet that I'm already using. Because I don't believe this was any good. Wait a minute, this is a charm item. Why have I got this in my... Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I lost my magnet at some point because this one is one that I just found in storage. Yes, that's a charm slot. I don't know why I had that in there. It's like, well, I don't need this one then, because the one I've currently got fits in there. Which means I can put this in the curio slot. Or actually, can I put anything in the curio slot? Yes, I can. Okay. Good to know. That means I could put the crystal heart in there. Is that actually going to work? Well, I'll be damned. Yeah, so you got the cloud in the bottle, which is double jumps. But I already have crazy jump height, so... Well. You got the chorus totem. Rewind time. Each attack against the relic wearer has a 3% chance. Sorry, 3% chance... What? Has a 3% chance per percent of missing health to teleport the attack to a random location. Oh yeah, that sounds terrible. Let's not do that. Let's get rid of this. Thorn pendant. I'm just going to take some of the things out that I feel like would be very useful to have. This is an extra knockback, isn't it? Yeah. 22% increased melee knockback. Don't know what that one would be. Maybe I should equip it just so I could find out what that is. Plastic drinking hat? Increases drinking speed. Well, this one is still locked, but it does say here. Also replenishes hunger in an extraordinary way. Obsidian skull. Already have night vision. Already have a scarf on. Charm of sinking. Grants the relic bearer's legs the ability to absorb air from the ground. Ah. Double sinking speed. While on the ocean floor, it blocks air consumption and restores it. Very nice, actually. Reduces the required tool level for all blocks by 1. That means I can't get unobtainium with all the modium, can I? It doesn't work like that, surely. What's feral claws? Attack speed. Yeah, the flame pendant. That's a trap. Burns anyone who dares attack the relic wearer. It has a 29% chance to ignite the target attacking me. That was such a trap because if you don't one-shot anything, then you're in trouble. Because what I did is that I got attacked by a zombie. Zombie hits me. Zombie catches on fire. Zombie hits me again. Now I'm on fire. A panic necklace. Increases movement speed for each mob within 7.7 block radius, targeting the player for attack. That's fairly specific. Allows wall sliding, negating fall damage. Increases resistance to knockback and slippery blocks. Oh yeah, this one. I actually do kind of want this one. Maybe that should go in my curio slot. Running shoes. Add break in 50 seconds. Yeah, this just increases running speed. Looks like it's increased running speed over time. I think I'm still getting faster. The sound of my footsteps is getting crazy. Jesus Christ. Whee! That's actually kind of fun. Why did I look like I slowed down for a second? What on earth would this be? Oh, bugger. Hang on. I'm just Googling it. I have to know what it does. Long reach. Oh, increases interaction range. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that is actually kind of useful. Could you not? Thing is, I don't really want to. Oh well, that's the necklace slot, but it just says charm. Wait, that's a charm item. Yeah, welcome back, everyone, from the ads. I'm trying to decide what I want to put in this curio slot. Digging claws, so I can have increased mining speed and reduces required tool level by 1. Pocket piston, because I now know that this level here is actually that's actually increased interaction range, so I can right click on my blocks from further away. The snorkel, because it gives me water breathing for 6 seconds, though leveling up obviously will improve that. Or the superstitious hat, which gives me a increased percentage chance of adding looting to my kills. I'm thinking it'll either be the digging claws or the superstitious hat. Interaction range isn't too big of a thing. I'd like it, but I don't need it. The hat is just going to try to give me bonus to my loot, so I think I might put on the hat. Mining speed is definitely a very good bonus, but on the hat. What am I even using in my hands? I'm using these. Heals the player for 20% of my damage dealt. So every time I hit things, I get healed. Oh, and the other one is the golden hook, which gives me increased experience from killing enemies. Well, to be honest, I don't think I actually need that anymore, because I mean, that thing that I've got downstairs that's sopping up experience points from... It's just sopping up experience points from the farm. This thing here. I mean, I could just... I could just eat some of this, so... There we go, now I have more experience levels. And realistically, as long as I just run this, I can just have more experience orbs, so... Not a big deal. This I wouldn't mind having, but obviously it's just a gag, so... And unfortunately, it's a gag that I just don't have space for. Yeah, I think I'll go with them. I will say that Clan the Boulder is probably going to throw me off because I go up and it just launches me. But I should quickly go outside and find out how high I can actually jump now. Also, my phone buzzed at me. Anyway. So, normal jump height. Okay, so it doesn't actually, like, add any extra height, really. It just sort of... Yeah. Which is really not necessary. Oh my god, the hand. Which is really not necessary, considering that I have flight. Meaning I don't even really need jump height, really. But I guess I have it. So, like, this the Magma Walker is just one shoe, is it? I mean, I look absolutely ridiculous just being floating stuff, but can always just take off the invisibility, really, because the only reason I have that is because it's a it was my test filter. Invisibility was was the easiest potion I could think of at the time for testing whether or not this potion filter worked the way I wanted it to. So it was the easiest test, so I made the invisibility potion and tested the filter, and I was like, oh, well, seeing as how I have it, I may as well equip it. I don't have that music disc, so... So how do I look when I've actually got my skin visible? See, look, this looks fine. What is my phone going off? What is going on? Why are you... Oh my god, that is a hell of a word for the autocorrect. Just put in there. So I just tried to type. We're talking about Warframe was what is what I'm being texted about. So I typed in the Warframe Necros, and it chose a very interesting word for it to replace it with. A friend of mine's asking me, make sure Octavia is still my favorite frame. But the thing is that it's a bit of a loaded question because I do like playing Octavia in Warframe, but I don't play her often because she's not my strongest frame. She's a very, very good crowd control frame. She's really good at it, but she's not my strongest frame. My Mirage hits harder. My Dante has extreme survival because I'm able to spit out like 50,000 overguard. Necros is the best for farming because I have a frame that is able to do big crowd clear like because like crowd control very useful, but Mirage has got good AoE as well with her ult, and I also have Volt doing large AoE, and I even have Zephyr now doing AoE. So Octavia is still a very fun frame for me, and I still think she's my favorite design, like because like I really like her design, but I haven't played her in a while because I just have other frames that are capable of doing her job. That's all it really comes down to. Also, the reason why this farm is higgledy-piggledy is because this is where villages are allowed to work. But villagers don't come down here anymore for some reason. Maybe I need to like somehow force villagers to go around more somehow. I don't know how. But yes, I do like Octavia, but I don't use her very often anymore because her crowd control is very good for defense. Very good for defense and mobile defense. But my weapons and other frames are just strong enough to the point where I don't really need to pick Octavia over anyone else. She doesn't carry me anymore through the game. She's now just a frame, like anything else. Um, yeah, so I want to do Aznaval stuff, and you know what? I might actually leave this potion card out because I like being able to see my own skin that I drew. So Aznaval, I'm gonna need my spellbook. Huh. Damn it, I didn't need the hoe. Man, I miss having frames in this game. Okay, it wasn't actually that bad yesterday, but it appears to have gotten a little worse since yesterday. I can't put this in my Akashic Tome, can I? Because, yeah, no, it's a spell book. Alright. I have my spell book. Because the last time I played Ars Noval, it was brand spanking new. Whoops. As in, half the spells, half the glyphs in it didn't actually work, and the other half crashed the game. So it's been a long time since I've actually played Ars Noval. So I have to relearn how all this works. Okay, yeah, pressing C changes what spell you have equipped. Hold on. So wait, no, hang on. That's not what that was supposed to, what that even said. That was open book is X. Okay. That's what we're after. Pantomime? Apply spells to the nearest block in your line of sight. Dampen will reduce the distance, amplify will increase it. Well, let's start with something simple. We'll go projectile, conjure terrain, places dirt. Okay. Can be augmented with AoE and PS to place more blocks. 1 amplify to place cobblestone, 2 for cobble deep slate, or one of the following combinations. Followed by conjure water, it will place mud. If augmented with amplify and followed by smelt, it will place stone or deep slate. If followed by crush, it will place sand, or if amplified, sandstone. Oh, this is getting complicated. Interesting. You know what this reminds me? This reminds me of the mod Psy. I mean, obviously, I know this is supposed to be Ars Magica 2.0, or the new Ars Magica, but my brain is thinking Psy with the whole programming thing. That was a really cool mod. I really wish was smart enough to be able to do more interesting things with Psy. Okay, projectile pull. This is the yoink spell. Boing, boing. Whoopsies. So if I just now yoink, boing, boing. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of just amusing to me. What happens if I stand here now? I guess that's how you would get crushed. Yeah, okay. Oh. Swapsies. Projectile. What's reset? Resets the spell chain to the original target if it was changed by a previous effect. For example, burst, place block, reset, break will cause burst to place blocks but only break will apply to the original location. As a result, using reset will allow you to bypass combination and duplicate limits on glyphs. Okay. Summon Steed. Alright, not player. Knockback. Knock, 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 knock. Where's the Amplify one? It was talking about Amplify. Where is that? I guess I just don't have that available. So if I go reset. Yeah, it's quite the push. What happens if I do that to self? Oh, so it becomes like a leap spell. Useful, I guess, in a way. Now I saw there was interact. Now see, that is actually kind of useful because it means I can just, if I can't reach something, there you go. Very useful. So there was an item pickup, wasn't there? Yeah, there it is. Long reach. So now I can pick up things and also interact with machines from far away. Still haven't figured out what my source of lag is. I'm thinking it's this, but there's not going to be a way for me to improve this so it's not laggy anymore. It's just unfortunately a side effect of having all this set up. The only other thing I could theoretically do is to pack up this entire room and ship it into the void. That little dimension in the end. That way this isn't anywhere near the base. I could theoretically fix it, but then if I want to access it... Oh, actually, no, I've got teleporters. I suppose I could do that, actually. I could just stuff all of my bees into the end dimension and then create a teleporter downstairs that lets me walk to the base, to the bees, and then I can just ship all this back with entangler porters. Kind of eliminates the point of this room, but that's not a bad idea, because this is the laggiest part of the base. If I look away, my frames do go up, and I look in that direction, they go down. Not by much, but it's noticeable. Oh well. Next step. Oh yeah, see, that's where the controls were swapped. Boost can be also be gained by upgrading a spellbook, equipping some pieces of magical gear, or drinking a mana potion. Do I have any magical gear? I don't think I do. No, it does not look like it. Item. Oh, filter. Stops the spell from resolving unless it targets an entity. Okay, good to know. Learning glyphs. New glyphs may be created through the scribe's table from certain items and paying EXP. Once crafted, the glyph can be consumed to learn it, making it available during spellcrafting. Players can share their current knowledge with each other by crafting an annotated codex. Well, I'm playing single player right now, so I don't need that. Let's make parchment table and scribe's table. I need mage bloom fiber. What'd you get from mage bloom? Grown from seeds crafted using the enchanting apparatus. Mage bloom. There's no chance that I can buy that seed, is there? Oh, I can. We have an ad break coming up in about 48 seconds. Seed, please. Yep. Probably get rid of this demon's dream from occultism. Or industrial hemp from immersive engineering. What am I actually growing here? Wheat, potatoes, and inferium. And then this one is my everything else seeds. Well, what do I have downstairs? Is there anything downstairs? Oh, well, no, because downstairs is the villager farm. This stuff doesn't actually go up to the main circuit. This stays down here. Well, actually, I probably don't need to grow wheat and potatoes upstairs if I'm growing it down. Oh, I'm not growing potatoes down here because it's... Am I? Beetroot, wheat, potatoes. I am. Alright, well, I can get rid of the wheat and potatoes. At the very least, I can get rid of the wheat. But I also don't want to. What is Demon's Dream even used for? Can be used to heal all spirits and familiars summoned by occultism rituals. Simply right-click the entity to heal it by 1 heart. I do hope there's more uses than that. Crush a spirit, we'll turn it back to the seeds. Occult ritual. Summon common random animal. Summons a common random passive animal. Possibles chicken, cow, pig, sheep, squid, and wolf. It's like the only things useful there is squid and wolf. And not even the wolf's that useful. And this one, which is the same thing. Summons a group of common animals though. So what I'm seeing is that this is actually not useful in the slightest. Apparently I can use Demon's Dream fruit to buy things from the Queen Bee. Nothing useful though. Mercury Shard. Maybe that's useful. Okay, there's a few more crafting recipes here, but the mercury shards can be made by distilling any plant matter or organic matter. Actually, that's cooked salmon. Oh, that's even coal. Never mind. We'll get rid of the demon's fruit. I know I could probably go like halvesies on this farm, but like now that we've sussed out that demon fruit's not really useful for anything. It's like, well, why bother? To be honest, looks like the seed is more useful. Ring of Growth. Trail Mix. Demon's Dream Essence. Use the Nozzle Veil. Oh, there is Spirit Fire. Otherworld Essence. Purified. It's food still. Fully repair armor by infusing it with an effort. I'm just gonna keep doing Mage Bloom. Can always change it later if need be. Ooh, excuse me. Big yawn. What is splashing right now? Must be something above me up on the surface. Alright. Let me go and make a table now. Oh, I need archwood. Alright, well that's all the archwood saplings, but I don't have a way to grow them indoors. Yeah. Alright, so there's no way to grow these indoors. I will have to go and plant these outside. Because I don't have a place to grow trees. in this base. Another reason why I might need to actually consider moving. I don't want to plant them right there because they're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. What are you guys? Oh, amethyst. Interesting. You don't mind if I just randomly plant trees in here, would you? I didn't think you would. I don't know how many of these trees are actually going to grow, mind you. This is a fairly condensed area, but yeah, we'll give it a shot. You never know. This one looks like it should be okay. Green enchanted log, by the way. That looks nice. Alright, I'm going to quickly go find other places to plant these two. You know what, actually? Up here might not be too bad. That was planted on stone, apparently. Nope. Ow. Bye. I guess I got a music disc from that though, so not too bad. Alright. Whoop, I get frozen. There you go. Like I say, are we getting rid of the rest of the tree? Rest of the tree that cut down, or what the hell was that? This is going to look very interesting, by the way, from a distance. Okay, I did that one. So this is the next one. Where the... Where, how is this tree grown? So this is the tallest one. There's snow up here, it's so high up. Okay. I don't know how many of these. I started with 16, and I'm nearly at 6 for each of them again, so I probably don't need to plant 10 of each of the trees, but I don't know. I'll do one down here. This is a relatively large platform. Well, this one wasn't me, so this one was already empty. Okay, so at some point I have to yield to no longer replace the tops of these. So I'm probably going to stop after this one because this one is the only other one that's relatively close. Because like that one's the next closest, and I guess it's not too far away. But then you start branching to the other ones. This one's kind of on its own. Oh, what a lovely sunrise! I do like this shader. A quick drink while we watch the sunrise. There we are. So why is that one perfectly square? Okay, it's not perfectly square, but it really does look like someone just took the chunk and went up. Tell you what, it's not like the largest space in the world, but this wouldn't be too bad for a base to live inside, and then you just have random windows dotted down the side of the tower. Can't be any more natural than using a piece of terrain that was already there, and then just putting windows on the side. That actually look pretty cool. I really should go into creative mode and just test out different base ideas, because if I ever end up playing on a server for this pack, I'm gonna need a new base. Have any of the trees actually grown yet? No, that's not one of the trees. That's a different type of tree. I'll leave it there. I flew all the way over to cut it down, but it's like, meh. Oh, that one did. Flourishing Archwood. It's this one. Oops, I need that in there. Alright, now I should be able to make the scribe's table. Oh, well, actually I need to refine some of that archwood. Into slabs. And then... Scribe's table. Why do I feel like I had one of these already, though? No, I have an inscription table. In fact, I have 3 of those. I also have 2 enchanting tables as well. And a cartography table? Haven't I already put one of these down here? I don't think I have. Let's put one of these down then for the villagers to claim as their own. Excusez-moi. I want to put a block there. Could you get out of the way, please? Beep beep. Beep beep. There you go. And an inscription table. Put one of these down there. Scribe's table. There. I can't do anything with this. What's this for? To craft new glyphs, use a spellbook on the table to open the codex. Each glyph requires... Okay. I need to use my book on here. Ah, here we go. Wow, there is a lot of spells in here now. Filter, not aerial. Reduce time. Reduces the duration of spells like potion effects, delay, redstone signal, and others. Accelerate luck. Huh. I should get that luck one, and then have a self luck spell that I trigger up before I mine things like vibranium and whatnot, just to add an extra luck chance. I need a rabbit's foot. That's it. Oh, look at that. It's pretty straightforward. It really does remind me of Ars Magica, if you remember the fucking gates or whatever they were called at the time that you would have to throw items into in order to make the spells. Fell, evaporate, ignite, insert. Inserts item entities into nearby containers in a medium radius where the spell is activated. I guess if you have a lot of items on the floor. Arc projectile, affected by gravity. Underfoot. Targets a spell on the block beneath the player. Summons a projectile that applies spell effects in a small area when it hits a target. Or expires. Use time augments to adjust the fuse in AoE to increase its area of effect. Ah, Ray. I want one of those. A source gem and target. Do I have a source gem? I do. Do I have a target? I do. Overhead. Blup blup. Ad break in 5 minutes. Cool. What else we got? Summon wolves. Summons 2 wolves that will fight with you. Extend time will increase the amount of time on summons. Applies summoning sickness to the caster, preventing other summoning magic. Okay. Interesting. Rotate. Rotates a block or entity clockwise. So we just create a spell that basically just turns an entity around. That'd be funny. Phantom Grasp. Heals a small amount of health to undead. When used on living beings, the spell will deal an equal amount of magic and exhaustion damage, depleting their saturation or hunger. Pickups fluid from the world and fills a tank in the hot bar next to the turret. Now that's actually quite useful. Grow, equally useful. What is that item? The hell is that? What are these storing? Oh, just source. Okay. What was that item that oh, here it is. Earth Essence. Can be used on dirt to turn it into grass. Okay. How doth one make that? Imbuement chamber. Okay, so nothing too crazy at least. And you can also beify it. It's good to know. Animate block. Animates a block to fight for you. The animated block will convert to a falling block when it dies. Costs a large amount of mana but does not grant summoning sickness. That's kind of funny. I could just have a block of cobblestone chase someone. That looks like some kind of essence that I'm not familiar with, though. Reverse direction. Redstone signal. Pack? Condenses identical item entities, crafting them into 2x2 recipes. Oh, good lord, there's more. Wait a minute. Spike. Telefeast? What the fuck does that mean? Consumes the first edible slash potion or some amount of liquid found in the container slash tank this was cast on. Okay. Obliterate? Obliterates foes by sheer force with an arcane hammer. Says the banhammer. Converts the remainder of the spell into a projectile. Summon undead, summon decoy. Wither? Oh, okay. Applies the wither debuff. For a second I thought I was going to summon one. This sounds like fun. Let's get this. So a compass, ender eye, and blaze rod. Compass. Ender eye. Blaze rod. So if I'm reading the description right on this one, it's going to make it so that it just summons orbs around me that when the orbs hit something, it casts the spell. So that'd be a good way to create like a shield. I have no idea how long that lasts before it expires though. But that'd make a pretty cool shield. Burst resolves the spell in a spherical area around the target. Polish? Oh. Press. Resize. Intangible. Causes blocks to temporarily turn into air. Very useful, that one. But I also don't have any of the essences yet, so I'm just looking at things that are quote-unquote free. Oh, ad break time. Extend time. Redstone and clock. Redstone. Clock. Plow. Pack. I saw these ones already. Wallow. Change the color of an entity or compatible block to the color of the spell. Okay. What is that? Say some kind of heart. Starbuncle gift. Anima essence. Alright, well at the end of the day, what I need first and foremost is I need source. Which means I need a tank. And also a collector. Source is a magical resource used for many purposes, such as speeding up the imbuement chamber, fueling devices, yada yada yada. Source relays can be used to transfer source over large distances between jars. The agronomic and mycelial source links are good early options for building up your source supply. So I need source links and source jars. Why are there so many? Oh, is this where like it decides what it comes from? Ah, okay. So that's why I said mycelials, because that's probably mushrooms. Oh, nearby food. Generating more for more nourishing food. Okay. Vitalic? Nearby mob death and animal breeding. Okay, well that'll be good downstairs over at the animal farm. Let's make a Vitalic one. What's volcanic? Okay, well, there's no information there, but you can probably assume it's from generating heat. The agronomic is from crop and tree growth. Sauceberry bushes and archwood saplings. Well, the saplings are outside, but we'll make one of these. And one of these. Do I not have any melons? I thought I had melons. Madame, I would like your finest melons. Melon. Alright. Now I just need to find a place to actually grow it. I suppose there's still space downstairs over at the villager's farm. Because again, how many times am I actually going to need melons? I'm not doing the whole, like, melon biofuel setup, so I don't think I need too many melons. So we'll get some dirt, and then trapdoors to clean up the area. We'll just hide some water underneath. Trapdoor. Do I want to use the same ones? No, I don't want to use the same ones as that. I could use more watered ones, actually. They might not look too bad. I need a hole. Yoink. Oh, right. I forgot there's like a little farming mod that does that automatically. These don't appear to be getting irrigated. Has it really been that long that I've forgotten that you can't put water underneath? Fine. I was really just hoping, but yeah, fair enough. Been a while since I had to. Well, not been a while since I had to do a farm. I did one there, but it's been a while since I've had to try and hide the water. There we go. I mean, they very much can't be seen, so same thing. And the melons should spawn at the should grow to the front here. For good measure, my watering can is upstairs. Fuck. These are melons, please. I guess while I'm... Oh, it's not down here, is it? It's upstairs. No, it is downstairs. How do I forget my own base layout? What the fuck? I don't know. Right here, I guess. So I need a source tank now. Source tank. That is not right. What's it called? Source jar. Okay. That's why. Source jar. An unobtainium source jar. Huh. And a source jar. I'm going to assume that this just lets it be connected by enders. Let's store source in an ender connected source jar. Each jar you place will link to the same pool of source, allowing you to use the source jar from anywhere. Yeah, I will make one of those later. Because I have all of this, but I don't have enchanting stuff set up yet. One source jar. Does this have to be placed right next to it, or can I just sort of put it out here? I always feel like it has to be placed on top. I think I have to put them on top. There was a source link as well, which I wanted to make. Well, no, hang on, that's this stuff. Source relays. God, I'm so bad this morning. Well, I shouldn't stream in the mornings. Source relay collector. Operates similar to the source relay, but will automatically take jars it is not linked to within 5 blocks. Take from jars. That's not what. Source relay. Alright. Well, can't make them anyway, because this requires a source gem block, and oh no, that's only 4. I thought that might be 9. Ta-da! I need a Dominion one now. Oh. And that requires enchanting. Waiting for all the animals to get out the way. Oh, poo! I forgot about these. Well, and now I play the waiting game. Maybe I can catch it off at the pass. Hang on. I mean, if it's already there, if it had already reached there, then... Oh, I already have... Ugh. Okay, well, I have a volcanic source link, and I already have 3 jars. I guess I'll need those extra jars, though, when I eventually make the growing one for plants. Get off. Get off. Get off, get off, get off. Shoot. Nope. Nope. What is your deal, animals? What part of this thing makes it look so appealing to stand on? Alright. So, assuming that that works the way I think it does, where it's just going to put it into the bottom jar, it should now just work. Just passively over time. How the hell did you get up there? Oh, you can stand on the side. Alright. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Man, they really like standing up there. It's like King of the Hill. Oh, here we go. 5 seconds. Though it doesn't have anyone to mate with, so it's probably not going to work. Because these guys are still on cooldown. You're not on cooldown, though. There we go. Matchmaking. Why didn't that work? Oh. God, I'm stupid. It was the Vitalic one that was supposed to be down here. I need to go back to bed, I think. Clearly I didn't get enough sleep last night. Can we hurry up and send that other item back up here to the top? Because I know there should be 2. Oh my god, there's another 6. Oh god. There it is. It's even in the name, agronomic. It means agriculture. How am I just so brain dead this morning? I'm not even like this all the time. I'm stupid a lot of the time, but I'm not this stupid all the time. Apparently I'm just having a morning. A mate of mine sent me like 50 photos. Ah. A friend of mine got some models painted and was just showing me how they came out. They look really good, actually. So we have access to a bunch of source. This should go along relatively quickly because they're constantly growing and they're in amongst all of these plants. So those lily pads I was looking at about 1,000 years ago. Oh, excuse me. Fertile essence and powder of steady growth. That requires a ritual of the forest. How? I don't even know. Or I can do this, which then requires a vibranium plate, but then only 3 fertile essence and then 40 of each essence. This is probably actually going to be the easiest way to do it, because I don't know... Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to do Ingots of the Skies, or Rituals of the Forest. And you save on these resources. Makes animals mate, causes plants to grow. Resurrects you once and breaks. Interesting. It's like one of the totems. A witherless rose. With the nether stars enchanting this rose, the holder is protected from withering. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so I have a fair bit of source. So what's the next thing? Yeah, well, the source relay. I had one of those. Fluid containment jar. Oh, 16 buckets of just general liquid. Source condenser. Condense the source from jars into a stable liquid. Will automatically output the tanks below if possible. I guess that's how you get it into normal tanks. The imbuement chamber allows the conversion of amethyst shards or lapis into source gems. By placing 3 arcane pedestals bearing a certain items adjacent to the chamber, source gems can be imbued further into essences, which are used in many glyph recipes. Placing an enchanting apparatus on top of an arcane core allows the crafting potential such as mage bloom seeds, magical equipment, and charms to summon magical helpers. You can also directly enchant your gear with enchantments of your choice. The alteration table allows for slotting various yada yada yada. Stuff, much stuff. So start with the imbuement chamber. Okay, this is actually going to need a lot of archwood. I'm going to go see if any more of those trees have grown. Their answer is apparently no. None of the trees have actually grown. Alright, well let me go back and get some bone meal. I'm sure that'll work. I wonder if this watering can would actually work too. Not that I'm short on bones or anything, but why expend resources if you don't need to? Bone. No, use the bone meal. What did I just cut down? Which that was that was a vexing archwood. Which I'm actually going to put in a slightly different position because it was pretty close to that other one. Ah, right on cue. Flashing. They're very pretty trees, these archwoods. Very magical with their swirls. Oh, we have another one up here. Maybe I was too far away from them, so they weren't growing. How big these trees are, a lot of these these saplings aren't actually ever going to grow. Once one of the trees have grown, none of the others will go. So it's just first come, first served. In terms of sunlight and whatnot. So, yeah, blazing and then vexing. Blazing. Vexing. And then cascading. Oh. And then flourishing again. Oh, another one down there. Vexing. Oh, my frames. Alright, well I got a good amount of archwood, various types. Oh, there's another tree. Oh, another one. Oh, and another one. Okay, so blazing. Hawaii. This one's one of the blue ones. Yeah, cascading. Wasn't there another one? Okay, well there's 2 over there, 3 over there, 4. It's a losing battle. 5. Well, I needed the archwood, so... I'm pretty sure it really is just a case of I was probably just too far away from the trees for them to grow. Because there are plenty of trees around now. In fact, it's a losing battle because 2 more have just spawned, I think. So to be honest, when it comes to trees, you do kind of want it to be a losing battle because you never want to run out of them. Oh, we have an ad break dropping in. I didn't notice it. Flourishing and... oh, both of these are flourishing. They're not putting this stone down, are they? Oh, I think they might be. I might actually have to replace the ground at some point. Vexing. Oh, and flourishing. Okay, I have to have enough by now. I'll just leave the rest up there for now and come back later. Ugh. My frames. Well, I wanted archwood, and now I have tons, so... mission accomplished. Oh, my phone's going off a lot today. Uh... Okay. A lot of people trying to talk to me today. I must be popular. Okie dokie 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 dokie. Where am I? So I have 10 tons of archwood, so I should now be able to make this. This is gold. What's it called? Imbuement chamber. Imbuement chamber. Where is it? There it is. Maybe it's time for me to make another floor down now and actually have like internal tree farm. Some of those trees though are pretty tall. I'll have to measure them and see whether or not they'll actually spawn in a room this size. If they do, then I'll maybe create another floor for a tree farm. That way I can actually grow these archwood trees indoors and I can automate them properly then. Because, I mean, I guess I can still automate them out there, but if they're in my base, it's easier to manage them. So, I have the imbuement chamber. Okay, that looks like a special block. Tell you what, let's get a framed wall, and based on its design, go with a block of gold. And then, I don't know what, but yeah. Whoopsies. Like that. I don't know if this has to connect to anything else. I mean, put lapis in here, and I assume it needs source, but we'll see what happens if I just stick the lapis straight in. Boom. Add source nearby to increase craft speed. Okay, so it just works on its own if it doesn't have any source, but if it does have source, then it'll be better. But a source relay was something we couldn't make, was it? Oh no, that was something we could make. In fact, I think it's something, yeah, we already made it. Frame fence. I'll use a fence, actually, instead of the wall. Okay, frame fence. Gold. Gold. Alright. And... well, no, it said I needed a Wand of Dominion in order to actually handle that, didn't I? But the Wand of Dominion requires enchantment. Dominion Wand. Yeah, enchantment apparatus. So I should just stick it near a source of... source. Oh, that was quick. Maybe I don't need to bother. No, we'll... let's put it here for now. Frame fence. Gold. Imbuement chamber. Lapis. So this should theoretically be faster. Add source nearby to increase craft speed. How close does it have to be? Because that doesn't... I mean, it's fairly quick, but like... 2 blocks away. You know, if I read the instructions, I would know. Let's move this a little closer. Do it properly. So 2 blocks, so about here-ish. Well, then in that case, I'm just gonna... Well, no, because I don't have relays. They don't move. If I had ender source jars, then I'd be able to actually do this. But I was about to say, why don't I just put the source jar right there? Source jar down and then that on top of it. But no, because there's still no source link. So unless I... Oops. So unless I want to put this imbuement chamber on top... Why... Hello? Like that. Well, I mean, that's not too bad. Looks a little strange, but... Wow, that was quick. Alright, so this is the way to do it. I like how it's too quick that the crafting progress is already 100% before it's actually changed. Ooh, big stretch. Alright. I guess I could have some kind of auto clicker doing that since it doesn't actually take it out of my... It doesn't scrap the progress. Alright. So we have a source for source gems now. The enchanting apparatus utilizes pedestals and source for crafting. To use the enchanting apparatus, place any number of arcane pedestals within 3 blocks with their items. Once you have filled the pedestals, use the middle item on the enchanting apparatus block. The enchanting apparatus requires an arcane core next to its base in order to work. Okay. So you can make a short version. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So, arcane pedestal. Oh, arcane business bees. Well, actually, hang on. How many of these did I need? Place any number of arcane pedestals within 3 blocks with the items. Maybe it will tell me. Like maybe there'll be a hologram when I put it down. So let's start with the enchanting apparatus instead. For some reason, it wouldn't let me add that to my little crafting list here on the left. Oh well. Enchanting apparatus. Magic mod mechanic. Quite an enchanting apparatus. Now where the hell am I going to put this? Well, if I move the power thing over a smidge, I can put it over in this corner as well. It does not tell you. Must be placed next to the base of the enchanting. Next to the base or underneath it? Can I put it underneath it? No recipe found. Pedestals must be within 3 blocks. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's move the power stuff. And then I need some kind of platform, and I'm thinking we need like a gold sort of look. Sort of like what we've got going on here with the red concrete and the yellow concrete. But it looks like we need stone and gold. So, stone. much gold do I have? Do I have enough to actually make things out of gold? Oh yeah, I got plenty. Anything I can do add with chipped to make it look more interesting? Not really. What about smooth stone? I think overlapping stone tiles might be the way to go. So how did I have this one? So from the center I went 4 out and then stairs. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4 stairs. Okay. And the red was 5 and then side. Hello? Shady Wizard from Aznaval. Okay. So this should now be what the stone part will look like. Oh. Oh. Piss off. There's not gonna be enough stone. Where is it? Wasn't smooth stone column. Wasn't inlaid. Maybe it was this one, and I've already forgotten. Overlapping stone tiles. Bordered stone looks nice. There it is. Goodness. And so I then had stairs. But there's no gold stairs, so I need frame stairs. Is this enough? Whoop, frame drop. Yeah. Oh no, actually that's symmetrical. Okay. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Apparently I just dig stupidly fast. Okay. Well, it doesn't say pedestal, how many pedestals I actually need, so I guess I'll just make, I don't know, the same amount as this one. So that's 6, 8. 8 arcane pedestals. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. You asshole! Okay, no. You are lucky, mate. Or I would have just obliterated you where you stood. It was not expensive, but it's the principle. Well, not principle, but you know what I mean. Just deleting my block like that. Gee, don't mind me, Iron Golem. Alright, so it recognizes all of these pedestals. I also need cobblestone. I'm gonna patch the hole in the wall. Oh, apparently I actually have 12-inch storage, so there you go. Clean. My phone is still going off. One, two, three, four, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Blimey. I like this. I can go entire weeks without anyone messaging me on my phone. Um, I start a Twitch stream and I have 3 conversations going. That would be the way. Go weeks with nothing and then they all want to talk now. Next step. Oh, is me fucking up my projector. Okay, so I have the enchanting set up. Is there anything that I'm missing of the enchanting setup? No? Okay. Magical armor. Increase the wearer's mana regen and can be upgraded with special abilities using threads. Sorcerer's set provides the lowest defense but provides the most powerful set of slots for threads. Arcanist and Battle Mage sets provide increasingly more defense, but fewer and less powerful thread slots. For more information on threads, see the section on armor and perks. What the fuck am I looking at? So this is all the thread slots of the set. And that's the crafting one. So magical automation. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Oh, there's the Starbuncle stuff. Sorry, I said the Final Fantasy name. Armor. So threads. The alteration apparatus. Oh, the wrong one. So this is the table. So this is adding in thread slots. I want to know what the threads are. Yeah, so what are the threads? Is it these? Ah, thread of shocking. Okay. Allows you to jump higher, increases how far you may fall before taking damage. Well, that's not relevant to me. Well, there's flight. Grants the wielder ultra-high pressure air. Air refills over time. High levels means more capacity and faster fill rate. High step kindling. Damaging effects cause the target to burn for a short duration before the effect resolves. Spectral sight. Grants spectral sight, allowing you to see creatures through the walls. Gives sight in a radius of 8 blocks per level. Living in this house, that would be terrible. Spores? Poisoned or hungry. Summoning. Reduces summon sickness by 10% for each tier, starting from tier 2. Also increases the damage. Thread of the Spellbinder. Will randomly add positive augments to effects of your spells when equipped. I like that. An extra heart for each level. Oh boy, more hearts! Because God knows I don't have enough hearts. I have 3 full health bars and half of a health bar. I'm capable of adding 2 more health bars by the end of the Baubley's Heart mod. Once every time you sleep, you will nullify death a single time as if holding a totem of the undying. Now that is actually useful. I might look into doing that one once I figure this shit out.
But I'm going to have to save that for another time because I need to go and make some lunch before I go to work or I'm going to be starving by the time I actually get my break. So I'm probably going to leave it here. I didn't do as much as I would have liked, but I was also confused for the most part, doing a lot of reading and sending text messages because people are very talkative today, apparently. So I will end it here. Oh, wait. Did those melons grow? Yes, they did. Fantastic. Ah, I was about to say, what? It's because it's Silk Touch. Melons! Fantastic. So now I should just be able to quickly create a Vitalik source link. Which I can then, seeing as I'm already down here, I can shove on this bad boy. Turn my magnet off. Get off. Shoot. Beat it. There we go, and now this should fill with sauce. I'm going to need to make some ender tanks, I'm thinking, because moving that sauce all the way up to the top floor, like that's going to be a pain, but it's going to give me a... I'm going to passively gain sauce here and also at the farm. The farm's probably going to be the fastest way to get sauce, but, you know. Why not? So, yeah, from... Hold on. Yeah. Generates a moderate amount of sauce from nearby mob death and animal breeding. Additionally, the Vitalik source link will generate passive sauce from nearby baby animals and will accelerate their growth. So, again, I should put another one over here then. I have another tank. Tell you what, actually, before I put that tank down, I'm actually going to make this one just so that they're not all trying to clamber over it. Go. No! What is this? What is your fascination? Jesus. I'm maybe cordon off the area. This is ridiculous. Stop looking at me like that. Yeah, get fucked. Alright, so it doesn't fill very fast, but that wasn't the primary use. It said it makes it grow faster. Will generate passive sauce from nearby baby animals and will accelerate their growth. Yeah, see, that's the big bit. Because I can mulch them down while they're babies, but I have that turned off right now because I don't need liquid meat. I wanted essence, this stuff, which needs them to be an adult. So being able to make them grow faster is a boon. I can't explain why they are so fascinated with climbing this thing, though. Same with these guys. What is your deal? Ugh. Oh well. I'll leave them to do what they do, and I'm going to go make some lunch, because I pretty much skipped breakfast as well, so... If I skip breakfast, then it's going to be a long time before I get my break at work. I'm going to... If I don't have my lunch, I'm going to be in big trouble. So, I'm going to go do that. I will see you all later. You have a good day. Or a good night, depending on what it is over there. Either way, fairly well.